Hi, we're here with day 2 of the Chicago NABC. Just walking in, and again another day of glorious sunshine. We just got the bus in. We're getting in a bit early because one of our flatmates, Andy, is doing some view graph and they need to set up a bit earlier. One of our friends is in the semi-finals of the Flight C, but all the GNTs are in the semi-final stage now. But we're here for day 2 of the Platinum Pairs. After qualifying day 1, I'll let you know what our carryover is. I don't quite know what it is yet, I haven't looked. And I don't know who we're playing against. Just wanted to show you the nice walk in from the bus stop. Yeah, it's just fantastic views all around. Chicago seems a really nice place. I'm going to introduce you to a couple of people. This is Miki. Say hi, Miki.
Hello.
Hello, Miki's one of our flatmates. And just in front of us is Andy and Matt. Hi, Andy and Matt.
Hello.
So Andy's doing view graph. Matt, Miki and I have all made it with 3 different partnerships to day 2 of the Platinum Pairs. So we'll hope to continue. It's just about qualifying for day 3 now. If you do well today, you get a decent carryover as well. So the carryovers matter quite a lot, I think, for the final day. If you come in with effectively no carryover, the pair that's leading effectively has 3 tops ahead of you, and that's very difficult to catch up, especially if they're good. So today, we don't just want to qualify, we want to qualify well. But obviously, we'll see how things go. So see you in a bit. So you can see the partnership desk here. People looking for partners for different events. They write down what the event they've got, how many master points they've got, all the way down to currently goes to Thursday. So yeah, people looking for people. Yeah, it's way more likely to pick up a partner than you are in the UK, for example. This is the ground floor, floor 1 of the Sheraton, and these are where some of the kind of one-day events are held. So this will be probably feels like bracketed teams, I don't quite know. And you can see that there's a room full, effectively the same size as the room that we're playing in. And it goes all the way down, not just sending there, but it's going all the way down here. So yeah, another room full of things like the Gold Rush pairs, the Open pairs, the I won't say small events. Hi Nathan. Yeah, what are you playing in today?
Ooh.
Bracketed teams. Who's your teammates?
I am one of the teammates.
You're one of the teammates. Okay. Thanks for speaking.
Open team. We're playing open.
Open teams. Okay. All right.
We're playing with Adam Parrish and Greg Humphreys and Tom Carmichael and Christian Jolly.
Okay. And then your teammates as well?
Yeah.
Is it a team of 5?
6.
Team of 6. All right. Well, best of luck today.
Thank you.
Do you know where the GNTs are being held?
Upstairs. 4th. It's still next to your LM Paris.
So we're back on our floor, the way we were playing yesterday, and we can see that behind us down there is where we were playing, and then in front of us here you can see that this is a mid-flight pairs today. You just kind of cordon off the room for how many tables they're going to need, and what we're going to have a look at is the state of play in all the GNTs, the knockouts. And they're playing behind screens. So if you've never seen screens before, it basically means you can't get as much information from partners' mannerisms and signals, and it's slightly more ethical. And you can see there's a room full of screens here. So there's Jack's team. I'm going to say hi to them in a sec. Room full of screens, and you've got this little tray here. This little tray, you kind of put the board on the centre of the tray, you put the board here, and you put your bids here. So when you bid a spade, and then you bid 3 hearts, and then north-south will pass the tray through the table to the other side, and then this screen will be down, so you can't see what they're bidding, and then it gets passed underneath again, and so on. So that's how screens work. We'll be playing with screens maybe later in the week if we get through in the spin gold. So we're just going to go and say hi to some people who are doing well. So here are the knockouts. They're down to the semi-finals, and this is view graph today. So that's what Andy's doing today. This is the Rosenberg lost to Beckman, Stifle, Dinkin and Wolfson. Wolfson's the only name I recognise. Again, I'm not from America, so I imagine a lot of these other names are actually quite well known. I know Rosenberg, that's Kevin Rosenberg, Michael Rosenberg's son. And this is flight A, so this is 6,000 points off viewer. This is flight B, this is 2,500 off viewer, I think. And this is flight C, it might be 500 off viewer. So there's our horse there, Jack Boge. He is the 6th seed, knocked out the 3rd seed yesterday, so well done, quite convincingly as well. 153 to 94. He knocked out another 2 friends of ours, Matthew Just. They played them in the 1st round, and they're playing Wilberger, the 2nd seed, who have had they had a very clear walkover, and then a smaller win than Jack had. So hopefully Jack and the team do well today. So they have these little free kind of hot sandwiches you get in the morning. I forgot about this. So last time they had donuts and pastries and stuff in New Orleans, so we've got hot sandwiches. So I've got my hot sandwich and my coffee. So we're going to be enjoying that in a second, and we're looking to where our room is now. The room we were in yesterday has been cut off halfway down. Sorry, cut off halfway down into different rooms, and I'm trying to work out where our room is. But there are signs at the front of every room, and I just need to find which room we're in. Just played Helgamo, went okay. Beans made a game, well done Beans. There was a hand where I'm in 3N. I had Ace 9X, Queen X, Jack 94 clubs, and I had some diamonds as well. What were my diamonds? Okay, Queen 984. So Beans opens a club, it goes a spade on my right, so I bid a no trump, which is 8 to 10-ish, I guess, and 7 to 10 sometimes, with the spade stop. Beans bid 2N. I thought for a while, and I thought, well, I'm sort of maximum, so I bid 3N. It could be that Beans puts down, like he can't, like in theory he's got the point count range for a strong no trump here roughly, and he hasn't opened a no trump, which means he is unbalanced. So he's like to have 5 clubs now, which is good, because I've got the fillers and I can take some finesses, but it's bad in that it feels like he's going to be short spades, but the hand doesn't raise spades, so I decided to bid 3N anyway, and the lead the 10 of spades. And you can see what dummy is, and this is really good because now I can pick up 4 spade tricks. So it goes 10 Jack, and she thought for a while and covered with the Queen. It didn't actually matter, so I went with the Ace. I can now finesse the 8 of spades at a later date, but what I did is played a club to the Queen to see what's happened. I think she's going to find it very difficult to duck from like King X or King Third when I play a club to the Queen. If I run the Jack, it might be a bit easier to duck. So when I play a club to the Queen and it holds, I'm pretty sure the club finesse is right. I then run the 7 of spades, and I play a spade to the 9 and play a second club just to clear the clubs, and the King comes in, clubs are 2-2. And when I start doing things, I've got 10 tricks there. I can just force out one of the red suit aces and make the other one. So I elected to play a heart to the Queen while I've still got these club entries, so that if they do switch to diamonds, I can make the diamonds. And a heart to the Queen probably wins when it loses to the ace, because they're almost certainly going to play back a diamond now. And when a heart to the Queen holds, I'm like, do I dare risk clearing a diamond trick now? I could just take my 10 tricks. They've led a spade, which picks up the suit for me. They might not do that at other tables. They might not bid a spade at other tables. Beans might open a strong no trump or something at other tables. You see, he's allowed to do that with a stiff honour. So I decided to play a diamond to the King while I've still got a club entry, and this wins when the ace of diamonds is on my right, the hand's overcalled, so when they've got both red aces they can't attack hearts. It also wins when the Jack of hearts is on side, so it's like 75%. And obviously when I played a diamond, he flew the ace and played a heart through, and not only did she cash the ace and Jack of hearts, she'd kept her 4th heart as well, so I lost 3 hearts and a diamond when I had 10 tricks, which is pretty bad. I was playing for 11 and made 9, so we'll see. People might not get to game, I don't know, but it feels like that's a bad one. So we're checking in on the GNTs at the moment, the championship, Flight A, Flight B. Flight C seems to have disappeared actually. Where's Flight C gone? But we've been told that our friends are up, so you can see some of the scores here. So this is the top flight. So Wolfson and Dinkin. So Wolfson is next off the team. So both close matches so far, so well done. You can see here's Jessica Yu. Say hi Jessica to the people at home.
Hi.
How are you doing? What's the score?
I think we're up by 11.
Up by 11.
Yeah.
So up by 11 after one set. That's Jessica playing with Jack and Avery and some people I don't know. So keep it up. Are you on Viewgraph? Or is that just the topped? All right. Oh, there's Flight C. So let's have a quick look at Flight C. So this is Jack's team, 11 up. So good work. Keep it going. And yeah, we'll tune in. We'll let you know what happens to that by the end of the day. So we've got about 3 rounds to go. We just had a pretty lucky board. I think we're about 55%, my guess. I think we've picked up after some poor boards at the start. I picked up Jack to 5, stiff, Jack 3rd, Jack 4th. The best stand I've had all day. And partner opens 2 clubs. So, all right, so you bid 2 diamonds. Partner bids 2N, which is, we play Cokish, so that shows like a good 22 to 24 thereabouts. So I'm like, well, we play this thing where partner can show 3 spades if we transfer. So I bid 3 hearts and partner completes, and partner will only complete with 3 or more spades, which allows you to Q bid at the 4 level. And if partner doesn't complete, then you can bid naturally at the 4 level, show a second suit. So partner bids 3 spades, so okay, race to 4, and Beans forgot, and he had Ace King Doubleton spade. So obviously all 2 card spade holdings. He was treating it as 3, he says. But anyway, so a couple of reasons. One, he's playing the whole. If I bid 3N, and that's where we would have got to, he's playing the whole contract out of his hand. He can never get to my hand, and he probably falters depending on what they lead. And the second thing is they led something in. They led something against 4 spades, and then when he cashes Ace King of Spades and then switches to something, they tried to cash the Queen of Spades to draw his 3rd trump, and obviously their partner followed, so they made the defence a bit easy. Just a bit of luck really. He forgot the system, and it's not come up before. It's something I asked us to play, and it just hasn't appeared. So sometimes you get that, sometimes your mistakes for system understanding cost you. This one actually gained, so there we go. Keep going, we'll see you at half time. Hey Matt, so we've just finished our session. We're going to go, oh hang on, we're looking at the ranking. So we got 51%. We started poorly, picked up, and then finished middling, a sort of thing like that. So we're going to come back. Yeah, we're above average. So basically exactly half the field qualify. You can see they're all milling out now. We're going for some lunch. Exactly half the field qualify. We're just above average. So if we can have another one of them, we'll qualify for day 3, which is where we want to be. We're going to talk about some hands with Filthy. Some of them will be discussed in more detail later, but we're going for a bit of a walk in the sun now, so see you in a bit. So we just had food. We went to Chick-fil-A again, is it? Yep. Chick-fil-A, yeah, twice now. It's pretty good actually. There's none in the UK. Chick-fil-A, we're bringing Andy back some food because I think she's still view-graphing. There's some guys dancing on the street.
The hard part is over. Now everyone here can see the entire show. So, but our show is based off of your energy.
Filthy scored 46%. 46%. So Filthy's in a bit of a sticky wicket, yeah, with cricket terms. Matt and I got 51 on the day. I think we're 60th overall with 78 qualifying. So we're not in an awful spot. We've still got chances. We played better than we did last night, but we scored higher than we did last night. So I think all the percentages are fair. There is one hand where I made a 3N I should not make with the aid of some misdefence, but I gave myself the best chance to do so. So that'll go up in a sec because you'll need to see the diagram for that. It's still warm here. The weather's a bit overcast, but we're just walking our way back to the venue now. We've heard that Jack and Avery's team in the Flight C GNTs are 53 up, I think. As far as I know, I haven't looked at the results for anyone else yet, but I will get on that. So this is a hand we played in the first set. I was sat east, and I ended up being 3-0 trumps with the auction. Pass to me. I opened a diamond. Beans and I are boomers. We generally don't upgrade very often, opposite a pass hand. I don't think we're going to miss slam very often, so I just bid a diamond. I don't want to open 2N and just get passed out and have to try and play out of my hand or something. So anyway, south doubles, obviously, and then west as Beans bid 3 diamonds now. This comes back to me. We haven't quite discussed how bad he could be for this, but I'm effectively the maximum I could possibly be. The fact that I've got all my values in diamonds isn't great. I'd rather have ace king empty to 5 and a 19 count. But I bid 3M, and he goes pass. And the play went to the king of clubs. So I played low smoothly. And then South's got a bit of a problem here. They've kind of got everything. Now they could try to switch to the Queen of Spades, but they elected to just play their longest suit, and they play the 10 of clubs to pin the 9. So 10, 9. They should definitely play, yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter. They should probably play the Queen in case partner's got Jack Doubleton as well, and then they can keep attacking the suit. If they play the 10 and partner's got Jack Doubleton, they sort of block it small. So I've Bath-Cooed them. Bath-Coup is kind of ducking with Ace Jack X, hoping they play another one. So I'm now up to some tricks. I've got 1 club. I've got 5 diamonds for 6. I've got the Ace of Clubs is 7. So I'm up to 7 tricks. I need to try and get to 9. Now, my legitimate chance for 9 is to play a heart to the 10 and play South for Ace, Queen, X of hearts. But before I do that, what I wanted to do is just take away South's exit cards. So I've only ever got 1 diamond entry to the West Hand, but my guess is that South thought over 3N. You know, they didn't make a quick pass, they thought for a bit. So my guess is that South's got most of the, or if not all of the remaining points. So if they've got both Ace and Queen of Hearts, that's fine for me. But what I wanted to do is take their exit cards away. So if I ever get to a point where they win and cash some clubs or something like that, they might then have to give me the King of Spades or equivalent. So I played 2 rounds of diamonds, and I played the King. South played the 9 of hearts, and when I asked what this was, they said standard. They're pretty bad generally in America at telling you. I said, what are your leads? And they go standard. And I'm like, well, to me that means different things to what it means to you. You're just not being clear. So anyway, they said standard, so I assume that means standard attitude. So obviously they've got the Ace of Hearts. That's great to hear. And so when I played a heart up, so I played a heart towards the West Hand at this point, and I'm playing potentially for Ace Queen of Hearts in South Hand. But South played low. Now I decided that with Ace Queen of Hearts, not only would they not discard a heart, they might discard a spade instead. They probably would have flown in with the Ace of Hearts and cleared the clubs while they've still got the Ace of Spades or something. So they've made an error here. If they go in with Ace of Hearts, I can't possibly make it. But now, because not only have they thrown a heart, they've ducked this heart. If I guess right here, by playing the King, which I did, South comes under a lot of pressure. So we're up to 4 tricks now. We've got 3 more diamonds in the Ace of Clubs for 8, and we just need to make 9 tricks. But South comes under some pressure when you go several rounds of diamonds. South's going, well, they can discard a spade, another diamond. Winning with the East Hand, they can discard, well, another spade. And now when you play the Queen of Diamonds, in theory, South has got some tricky decisions. Now, because you've kept the Ace of Clubs and you've still got the Ace of Clubs, they can't discard the Queen of Spades. It looks like they're going to get thrown into lead away from the Ace. So one possibility is before they're thrown in, they just come down to winners, Ace, Ace, and some winning clubs. But the clubs aren't winners, you've still got the Ace of Clubs. So when you play the Queen of Diamonds, South can't play the Queen of Spades because I can read it now and I can just duck a spade. I've seen the Jack go, I've seen the Queen go, I've got the 10 in dummy. So what they have to do, they have to play a club. And North plays whatever, North's irrelevant here. So now, when I cash the Ace of Clubs, playing whatever again, I can now exit with South. South's got a winning heart, a winning club, an Ace Queen of Spades. So I just need to exit with a heart. Hope they've got the bare Ace and hope they've got Ace Queen of Spades, which it looks like from their discards they have. So when they cash the Queen of Clubs, I just make sure to keep King X of Spades, and then they cash the Ace of Spades and have to give me the King at the end. So that scored us pretty much a complete top. I think Miki was the only person I know that had a better result of their table. They conceded, sadly, two end doubled tick, I think, or 2 end doubled at 1. So didn't get an outright top, but it was a pretty good board. People taking some wedding photos. There's a lady and a man taking photos of a lovely view all the way down there, so with skyscrapers either side of them, so it looks pretty nice. Hope those photos turn out well. So we had one hand where I pick up, it's pretty good actually, but Beans and I had discussed it. I picked up Jack to 3, Jack X, Queen to 3, Ace Jack 10 to 5, I think it was. And at favourable, it goes past the diamond to me, and generally Beans and I are boomers. That means we have our preempts, we have our bids, we don't really open light. And I said there's one situation where that isn't the case. It's when partners pass and you're favourable or green or whatever. So in this particular case, if I preempt, Beans knows I can be quite bad and won't bury me. And so I bid 3 clubs on this hand, and the basis is if they'd open a major I wouldn't really want to do it, but they sometimes open these, they don't guarantee to have 4 diamonds a lot of the time, and they haven't found a major suit fit. So bidding 3 clubs at favourable, they're going to strive to find a major suit game or 3N if they can. They're not going to catch you very often. And even if they do catch you, they've got to be worried that you're only going for 500 when they've got 620, 630 on or something like that. So I bid 3 clubs, and on the auction, obviously, Beans did really well. He never raised me, even though he's got Queen to 4 support, because he's got a flat hand. So we discussed it, that if it's one of these positions where I can do it like, he needs to have shape to raise, because I'm probably not going to have my bid, or I'm going to be a trick short of my bid. So like in this case, I'm a club short. And so the other benefit in doing it with hands like this is your Jack thirds, Jack X's, Queen thirds, they're probably going to score tricks if they get to 3N. They're not going to play the preemptor to have these middling honours in side suits. So I bid 3 clubs and it went double, pass, and this hand stuck. They have to bid 3 diamonds. This was 3 spades by the strong hand, and then the hand on the right bid 4 hearts, I think it was, which I still don't know what that was in the end. And then the hand that's got the good hand just trusted that they're vulnerable or whatever. Partner might have. It seems like the hand that's bid 4 hearts is something like 2, 3, 6, 2 or something like that. I don't know. So he basically bid 5N, pick a slam. They bid 6 spades. I went 2 off because I scored 3 tricks. I scored the Jack of spades. They got the diamonds wrong because obviously they're playing me for having 6 clubs. And my partner made and then I made the ace of clubs as well. I had led on. So that was a pretty good board. So just picked up this one. I've got King 9, 7 to 5, 4 solid hearts and 2 low, 2 low. And I'm second in hand, and it goes 3 clubs, green all on my right. So I kind of need to do something. I don't think you can pass this hand. My spades aren't very good. I don't really want to double and let partner bid diamonds, and if I double I'll never show the 5th spade. So it's a choice between an off-centre double or a really poor 3 spade bid. So I bid 3 spades. Pass. Beans is sort of stuck. He can't bid 3N. That's kind of where he wants to play. He could try 4 diamonds, but that gets murky. What is that natural? Is that non-forcing? So he just bid 4 spades, which I think is fine with Queen 8 doubleton and a source of tricks. And this goes pass, 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 a quick pass. So the hand with Ace Jack 10x of spades passed. And so you're in 4 spades, and it goes club, club. And then they switch to a high heart. So I win the ace, and then looking to play the spade. So what actually happened at the table is I played the spade towards the Queen 8 doubleton, and they inserted the 10, so that restricts me to 2 spade losers for 1 off, so I went 1 off. But hypothetically, what would you do if they played low? So you've played a spade towards dummy and they play low. Well, they didn't think about doubling, so this is a holding you can always play for 2 losers, effectively, them having Ace Jack 10x. But what is the best chance? Well, if you play the Queen and it loses to the Ace, you're probably losing 2 more spades to the Jack and 10. So the Queen could be bad if the Ace is on your right, but you know the Ace is not on your right because they've already turned with Ace King of clubs. So when you play a spade towards dummy, it's probably right to play the Queen. So if it goes spade small, Queen. The Queen works when the hand on your right has Jack 10 tight, because in that case you can actually make it. So that's the only legitimate chance to make it, assuming the Ace of spades is on your left. The other thing it does is if you play spade to the Queen, it also picks up Jack X or 10x doubleton on your right, which you can't really afford to lose 1 to normally. So you're still losing, you're still going off in that case, but obviously it's a better odd. So if my left-hand opponent didn't insert, I would have probably gone 2 off. I would probably play 1 to the Queen. So we got away with that one as well. So how do you think we're doing, Matt?
I think we're having a decent game, 2 rounds left, so just hope that we can keep it up and make it to tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't really have a clue where we are. I was a bit borderline, but we got a great board on one hand. I'll put it on the screen for you now. They opened a club on my right, and I had Ace 10 to 5, Ace Jack to 4, 3 low, stiff King. And I think the first choice is whether you double or bid a spade. And my general philosophy is, if I've got my bid, I bid the 5-card suit, and I would only usually double if I really shouldn't be overcalling in the first place, sort of thing. So maybe if I was doing it on a 10 count with 5-4 and a stiff club. And so anyway, so a bit of spade. This goes double, pass, pass, pass. I was like, alright, well, I haven't got anywhere to run. The hand on my left's got hearts, so I can't run to hearts, and you know, beans could have been 2 diamonds on forcing, so I passed it, and the dummy went down, and then they led a spade at trick 1, which made it a bit nice for me. So I played back a spade, so it went small spade. My 9 and 10 come into play now, so it went small spade to the jack and ace, and I played a spade to beans' 9.
They won queen.
They won queen, and then they played a club through, so it was king ace, and then he played a heart back. Now he has the opportunity to rough this. If he wanted, he didn't. He discarded, so I ended up playing 3 rounds of hearts before he roughed in. He then forces me again, so I then knock out his spade, because if he forces me again, I've still got a heart left to get back to it. That's exactly what happens. And if you look at the East-West hands, given that one of them is void in hearts, the only trick we've got against any contract they've got is the ace of spades. Ace of spades. And we could have conceded 13-70. They were never going to bid it because they were missing the king of clubs, but making 160 when they've got game on seems pretty good. Cheers for the game, Matt. We're in. We're there. We were north-south. We were third in our section. I'll just put that back. We were third in our section with 57%, despite the fact that I think I've punted about 4 boards away. So well played, Matt. He only let me play 2, which is why we did so well. People milling about. You can see that there is still time on the clock. Got a lot of people still going. So the field will halve tomorrow, and obviously it'll get tougher. So this sheet tells us where we were with 1 round to go. So Matt's going to have a quick look. We were on 57. There we are in 24th. So we were 24th with 1 round to go. The round to go had a top and a bottom. Hey Ben, how'd you do today?
Pretty good. I think we're going to be second.
Was it bracketed teams? Who were your teammates? Oh, brilliant! Yeah, no worries. Well done anyway. So, any plans for this evening?
Yeah, we were looking for you.
Okay. Right, we'll go out for some drinks or a meal or something. We'll see what Filthy wants to do. So, yeah, see you in a bit.
How'd you guys do?